Men are done dating leftover women.
Born in 1991, so I'm 33 years old this year. A leftover woman. Not being married at this age makes me feel anxious.
Men are done dating leftover women. So a lot of women made the mistake that they thought they could hold out forever. They would always find Mr. Right at whatever age. Now many of them are in their mid 30s or even in their 40s, and they are alone, childless, and single. Watch the video to fully understand the implications of what's occurred here and how women are going to be affected going well into the future. And now let's just go ahead and jump right back into the video.
It feels quite hopeless. Sometimes I want to find someone, and sometimes I don't. People have started introducing me to divorced men with children or men in their 50s. This made me realize that men my age want young, beautiful girls and wouldn't consider me. So I'm left with either divorced men with children or much older men who aren't even successful. It makes me feel quite desperate. In China, there is indeed a belief that as women age, their value in the marriage market decreases, leading to anxiety about marriage among many women. This phenomenon is tied to traditional views and gender imbalances.
Now, keep in mind, and this video is actually brought to us by the China Observer channel. You can find a link to them in the description of this video. I mean, women basically chose this for themselves. They thought that they were special. They thought they were on top of the world. They thought that men were there to serve them. And now they're discovering MGTOW and MWA. MWA is men with alternatives or men walking away. And what these men are doing over in China, for example, is they are choosing from their best alternatives. And if their only alternative is a leftover woman, then they would rather become an MGTOW and separate themselves from society and relationships entirely. These women thought they were on top of the world, they were untouchable, and they could have it all. The reality is no one can have it all. Men have never been able to have it all. All right, we've always had to make some sacrifices, be it not being able to see our families when we wanted to, having to work extremely long hours, having to not live the dreams we wanted. Many of us wanted to go into other fields or do something else, but we basically had to be adults and do jobs that we never wanted to do. How many guys wanted to be a comedian when they were growing up, but they instead of being a comedian, they had to go and work in IT because they had to support a family, and those are the fortunate ones. Some guys had to become janitors. Some guys had to become garbage men, and those were great jobs. Again, those are the lucky ones. The reality is that women don't look at the sacrifices that men make, and they could care less. The interesting thing is that women today, they'll look at a man's title and they'll think, "Oh my gosh, this is the guy that I want. He's a six-figure man. He's making above six figures. He's doing this. He has a nice title." She doesn't realize this dude is extremely in debt. The garbage man that she said she did not want, the sanitation worker, this guy has no student loan debt. He learned the business working as a sanitation worker for many years. He went private. Now he has a bunch of sanitation trucks for his own company, and he's making $1 million a year. But she would still look down upon this guy, who, by the way, is over 6 feet tall and ripped, because at the end of the day, he's still a garbage man. Women did this to themselves. They created this reality around us. They're tearing down society around us. As men, as any intelligent man, you would realize these people are very important. You want to befriend the garbage man. You want to befriend the postman. You want to befriend the plumber. Let me tell you something. There are so many times in my life I was saved because I knew people who had actual skill sets. There were so many times in my life when the power went out and I could not turn it back on. The toilet was clogged and I did not have a place to shit. Many bad things happened, and it was because I had friends who were plumbers, or friends who were electricians, or friends who were garbage men, or friends who knew something, or I needed to get to the doctor and there's no one available. I have friends who are taxi drivers. Okay, I'll give you a good example. I get an infection on Christmas. I get an infection on Christmas, and I have to go to a dentist. But the way that my anatomy is, it makes it very difficult for dental operations. I have a friend who is a dentist who's worked on me. So on Christmas Day, I call my friend, and they're able to actually, like, say, grab the phone from the dentist, actually able to speak to them and say, "Oh, hey, this is the situation." I'm being very, very honest. Again, it's about having people from all walks of life. But trust me, there's so much value in being able to, you know, have people who know how to do things, who have actual skill sets. Modern women don't realize the value of a good man, a blue collar man who the pipes are not working. He can unclog those pipes. The carburetor on the car isn't working. He knows how to fix it. He knows how to change the oil. He knows how to change the tires and check the pressure. Women take all of these things for granted. You know, they don't seem to understand just how valuable a man is that has knowledge of the way the world works and actual skills beyond being able to use a computer. I'm telling you, modern women have really screwed the pooch on this one, and they don't seem to care, even though they're crying at home. Many of them are crying at home alone, saying that they want a man. You know, they didn't want these men when they were in their prime, but now they want a good man in their decline, and a lot of them are still demanding millionaires.
And seek youth and beauty in a partner, while women look for economic stability and a partner who can guide them spiritually. As times change, women's views on choosing a partner are also evolving. They are beginning to enter the dating market, hoping to find the right person. However, the dating process is not as smooth as they imagined. They thought their high education and good jobs would be advantages, but reality has given them a harsh lesson. Are you dating?
You're a bit old.
I was born in 1991. Is that old?
1991 is a bit old.
How old are you?
Born in 1997.
I don't mind that you're younger.
Your annual income is a bit low.
I have a company, and I didn't mention because I didn't want to pressure you. I have 2 houses, all earned from my own business.
You're 158 centimeters tall. That's a bit short.
This woman, who goes by the online name Athena, is from Anhui and went to the famous matchmaking park in Hangzhou to find a partner. Her poster read, "Sincerely looking for a partner, female, born in 1991, master's degree, height 158 centimeters, weight 45 kilograms, owns property in Shanghai and Hangzhou, works as an advertising company planner with an annual income of about 150,000 RMB."
Guys, so here you have these women who are now desperate. This is a woman who thought that she was a high value woman. She thought that, you know, having a master's degree and all of this stuff is basically going to land her a man. All the things that men care about is if a woman is fit, feminine, and friendly. She was born in 1991, so she's now 33 years old, and she seems to think that she can just go around and pick a guy up. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. And she's even she's so thirsty that she's like desperate. She's like, "Oh, I'll take a younger man. I'll take a man who's like this is how bad it is right now. They're willing to take men who are undoubtedly not making a lot of money, still coming up in life, and they're like, "Oh, I'll take." Like they're desperate as hell right now. They are desperate as hell, and they did this to themselves.
Athena also listed 4 criteria for her potential partner. Seeking a good person to build a life together. Requirements: 1. Bachelor's degree or above. 2. Owns property in Shanghai or Zhejiang. 3. Height above 175 centimeters. Willing to give a dowry of 50,000 RMB, non-negotiable. She is often seen at the matchmaking corner of the park. However, her age frequently becomes an obstacle in the dating market. In the video, Athena said, "Everyone criticizes my age. Is it wrong for a woman to be older? Does being older mean I can't have any requirements? Everyone has the right to pursue love and be loved. Is it so hard to respect others' choices?" She also stated, "I'd rather die than settle. Don't keep advising me to lower my standards. I'm a woman with a master's degree, 2 houses, and 2 cars. I have an annual salary of 300,000 RMB, and I can start a business anytime now."
Here's something very interesting, and I will tell you that she is absolutely lying. Because as a part of her non-negotiable things, the guy has to be close to 6 feet tall. He has to give her almost $10,000, so 50,000 yuan. What I just did the conversion, that works out to over 7,000 USD. So he has to give her almost $10,000, which is non-negotiable. He has to pay a dowry to marry a 33-year-old woman who's like, "Oh, I make over 300,000, yuan per year." But how much of that are you actually keeping? All right. And "Oh, I have all of these houses. I have these properties." Wait a minute. So why am I paying you money to marry you? Like, guys, these women are desperately in debt. They think as men we are so stupid. We are going to pay you to marry you. You're the one searching for a husband, but we have to pay you to marry. Like, guys, they are desperately and they're in deep amounts of debt. They are in deep amounts of debt, and they think they're going to run scams to get men to hand over money to help them pay off their debt, and then run out on these men. Guys, this is so stupid. Like, this is so crazy. I've never seen this before. Now, just to be clear, this is abnormal. Like, I never heard of them doing this in China before. I think this has to be a completely brand new thing where Chinese women demanding a dowry, and she's not even the worst. Like, a lot of them are asking for anywhere from $80,000 to as much as $1 million to marry a 40-year-old woman. Why are they asking for so much? One, they're not actually interested in the man. Two, these women are extremely in debt. They're basically they're looking for a sugar daddy, looking for a man to subsidize their living. I would argue that a lot of these women in China are even, like, their behavior is even worse, which is unbelievable, than women in Western society, because a lot of women in Western society, you'll basically have to give them a nice ring, and then they'll clean you out after you've married them. No, the Chinese women, they want a portion of that up front before the ring is even on the finger, and then they'll clean you out afterwards once you've gotten married too. I mean, my God, guys, why would any man even go near this? This is only going to result in more women being single across Western society as more men walk away, go MWA or MGTOW and avoid relations entirely and society entirely. You're going to have women living in extraordinary poverty, destitution, hardship, living in their cars, living in shelters, living in the streets, even living in the woods because of the poor decisions that they are now making in society. I mean, guys, I do not feel sorry for them. I don't feel sorry for them, and I am not crying for them. All right? And men are done dating these leftover women, guys. Men are done dating them. Guys, go and check out my Substacks, my website. It's pretty awesome. We also offer a newsletter on there. You can go there for my personal thoughts, insights, and a free copy of my new guide, The Digital Nomad Blueprint. Click the link in the description to get your free copy. And also, guys, subscribe to the Angry Guy Clips channel, where we post shorter videos and video responses. And also the Angry Guy Live channel, where we live stream. Both channels are linked in the description. What do you guys think regarding all of this? Men are done dating leftover women. Let me know your thoughts. We'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA Men walking away. And cheers.